were coming in my eyes because this company has been my life for 43 years. Treat us for who we are, and the most important thing, treat our freedom. This is our freedom. Whether we do something or not to our bodies is our freedom.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, are we allowed to say that anymore here on YouTube? I'm not quite too sure if we are or not, but here we are, ladies and gentlemen, where the vax mandates are continuing here in the United States of America, and it's not getting any better, but there has been some good news in the news as of lately, and we're going to get to that as well, but the mandates are destroying people's lives. I've been covering this in New York. I've been covering this in Arizona, in Los Angeles. I've been covering this in Dallas with the healthcare industry, with teachers, the medical healthcare industry, obviously, and the airline industry. But what people need to understand is this is destroying people's lives. We're going to get into that. Welcome to Drew Hernandez Live. You are now watching Drew Hernandez Live. I'm hopefully one of your favorite podcast hosts here on YouTube. Sorry, we got a little bit of a late start tonight. Little rocky start. Just been doing some TV tonight, just getting things going for all of you guys. But still wanted to get this going for you. The backdrop's a little different for tonight, but that's okay. We're going to go with it. But please subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification, and toggle on the all selection right now, guys. Please do that for me right now. Share this video far and wide wherever you could post a link. People need to hear this stuff because the fake news doesn't want to report on this, but we do. So share this video far and wide wherever you could post a link. And also, guys, this channel is extremely shadow banned. I don't know if you guys could tell. We gain subscribers all the time, but YouTube throttles us like crazy. So we need you guys to support us. It's hard to monetize here on this channel. So if you guys would like to support me, drop a super chat now, in the middle of the show, or at the end of the show, because I am supported by the people, we the people. That is you, the people, every single one of you that are watching. We need you guys to break the censors by sharing these videos, sharing these podcasts, and also supporting us. If you cannot do a super chat, you can also do a one-time donation through Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App. The link is in the description below. Some people don't like using super chat, so you can use Venmo and all that good stuff and write a little memo on the app, and we can do that. Or go buy a t-shirt in the merch store. The link is in the description. And shout out to the DH Alliance, those that support me monthly for as low as $5 a month on the membership section of this channel. Thank you guys very much. I truly, truly do appreciate all of the support. So let's get into what's going on with Southwest. There's some stuff being reported that I don't entirely agree with. But I was there in Dallas, Texas, and I talked to these people, and I talked to, because you guys remember, all we were hearing a couple weeks ago is that hundreds, thousands of flights got canceled. Southwest came out and tried to say, oh, it's not due to protest, even though a couple days before, a Southwest pilots union literally asked them to hold off on their mandate. Please don't do this to these people. They didn't listen, and, you know, we saw a bunch of cancellations. Southwest tried to say, oh, it was due to the weather. It was the weather. That's why we canceled all the flights. It was the weather. That's why it was canceled. That's why it didn't go down. That's why this is happening. They tried to play it off like it wasn't happening at all, that it was unrelated. But I wanted to go down there. I wanted to see this for myself. I wanted to talk to these people myself. I wanted to talk to airline employees. I wanted to talk to flight attendants. I wanted to talk to some of the pilots. And there was a protest that was scheduled in Dallas, Texas a couple days ago on Monday with these airline workers that oppose the jab mandates. The mainstream media, the fake news media, tried to shove this under the rug and say that it wasn't happening and it was due to weather and this isn't taking place. And I also have a lot to say about what is taking place with what Southwest is saying now. Oh, apparently they came out and they canceled their deadline for those that are religiously exempt. That's not entirely true, and I'm going to explain to you why. Fake news isn't talking about this. But I talked to some of these airline employees, and I wanted to play this little news package for you guys. I hope you guys enjoy it. Drew Hernandez here in Dallas, Texas at the Southwest headquarters. We're here where the airline industry, there are employees that are opposing, protesting the vaccine mandates against the airline industry. We're going to talk to some of these airline employees to see just exactly what's going on.
Being as a flight attendant, I've been with Southwest for 6 years. I believe in the U.S. Constitution. I believe our freedom of choice. I supported that, and I support everybody who supports freedom of choice, and that's what we're fighting for. No mandate. If you don't want it, you don't need to have it. If you want it, That's your choice.
And how long have you been with Southwest?
32 years in January.
32 years. So what can you tell us? What's going on? What's bothering you about these vaccine mandates that are being imposed upon you? I mean, you've been working for decades, and now all of a sudden you're just being kind of thrown under the rug. How does this make you feel? What's on your heart?
Well, I can appreciate why people choose to get vaccinated, but why can't they appreciate the choice that I made not to put that into my body? And I just don't think that it should be an either or. You either get vaccinated or you lose your job. I was out there every single week during the pandemic. I did not take a leave of absence. I was out there every single week with the customers, with the crew members, doing what we had to do to keep the business going. I was there at 9/11, afterwards, during anthrax, during SARS, swine flu, everything. Still here. But when it comes down to it, there's no fight for those who want the choice.
Tears were coming in my eyes because this company has been my life for 43 years. And for them at the Southwest headquarters here today, for them to question who their employees are, what we're about. We love this airline just like anybody else, but treat us with respect, treat us for who we are, and the most important thing, treat our freedom. This is our freedom. Whether we do something or not to our bodies is our freedom. So don't be telling us what to do with it. Accept us for who we are.
I'm actually here right now with an airline captain of Southwest over 20 years, 21 years.
That's correct.
What can you tell us, sir? What's going on with these protests, with the vaccine mandates? Are they actually real? Because we've been hearing, right, that Southwest tried to come out and say, oh, it was due to weather. That's why we canceled a bunch of flights. They were trying to make it seem like this wasn't happening. Are there actually people in Southwest, pilots, airline workers, that are protesting the vaccine mandates?
Well, it's not just pilots. It's all the employees. There's a certain cross-section. There's a bell curve that don't believe in the vaccine. Or if they have a vaccine, they just don't want a mandate. And so they want the opportunity to have body autonomy and their own choice to make a decision and not be forced upon them. So it's not just pilots.
For being an employee for over 2 decades, right? How does it make you feel that they're just kind of throwing you by the wayside?
Yes, it's been forced upon all the airlines, a lot of the Fortune 500 companies, of course, anybody that has a large population of employees. And granted, the company is in a bad situation. It is being forced upon them, and that's tough for them too. But I need them to fight for me as an employee, and I'm going to do the same job I did last year. I was essential last year, but maybe this year I'm not. So I have a problem with that.
Here with a pilot himself that is protesting the mandates. Sir, what is going on? What can you tell us?
Well, I think as we've seen on the news, about a month ago, our company decided that they were going to give in to the government's mandate requirement. I think that's disappointing. I've been here for 6 years. I came here because I love the culture of Southwest Airlines. It's a great company to work for. They've taken very good care of me. To me, it's about more than vaccine or no vaccine. This is about freedom. I am vaccinated myself. I'm not against the vaccine, but I am against the mandate.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This is about freedom. These are real people. They're real employees. They're not fake. This isn't fake news. This is actually taking place. This is actually happening. And the point that I wanted to make is that's very interesting is you hear in the mainstream media, right? You hear these people come out and say, oh, this is about being healthy, and this is about the unhealthy getting healthy. This is about preventing the spread, right? Preventing the spread. But when what does it make any sense? It's a total narrative breaker, right? When you talk to some of these pilots and you talk to some of these airline employees that are actually vaccinated. Now, whatever your opinion is on the jab, that's your opinion. That's not what this show is about. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Everyone's entitled to do whatever the hell they want to do with their bodies. That's the point. But what's happening here is you're even starting to hear from vaccinated people. And I think this is powerful. People that are jabbed coming out and saying, we are against the mandate. Now, you might say, oh, are they just simping for the federal government? Are they afraid? Are they bowing the knee? I don't know. But I do kind of have respect for someone that makes their own independent decision to get the jab, but still comes out to protest the mandate itself. Now, people, I could probably already hear the comment section saying, well, Drew, well, maybe he just shouldn't have gotten it, so we're not in this position. But like I said, I believe in freedom. I believe in bodily autonomy. If the guy wants to get it, then he can get it. But I do think it's worthy to acknowledge and it's worthy to point out that this is taking place. And the reason why I feel the need to address this, and I want to highlight this specifically, is because the mainstream media, the fake news media, continues and insists to make this the jabbed against the unjabbed. What happens when the jabbed comes out and says, we are against the mandates, but we just wanted to do this for ourselves, and we think that it's wrong that our coworkers, our colleagues, our friends that we've worked for decades in this company, we think it's wrong that they are being threatened. I think threatened is the better word. They are being threatened with their careers and their livelihoods, whether they're going to get it or not. And I'm going to be honest, man, people that are jabbed, people that are doing it because they want to and they're not afraid and they are still against these tyrannical medical tyranny, tyrannical government mandates that are being imposed, I would encourage you to get out there and let your voice be heard. And the reason why is because this is total counter narrative. It's very interesting to talk to these people that are vaccinated that are coming out and saying, hey, we just did what we wanted to do, but we're not for the mandates. We did this because we wanted to do this. And I just think it's very interesting. It was very interesting to talk to these people. And another point that I wanted to make is like, these are people's lives, man. We are literally talking to people that are losing their jobs. It's really hard for me to conduct these interviews when I go to Arizona and talk to medical healthcare professionals that are protesting. Same thing in New York with the teachers that are protesting. And now with the Southwest employees, there's another protest, an American Airlines protest in Dallas, Texas this Friday at their headquarters. If you're in the area, go there. But when I talk to these people, it's really hard to talk to them because their livelihood is literally being thrown down the drain. Imagine just working a job for like 40 years just to be told, hey, thanks, but no thanks, but bye, because we're picking the federal government over you. We're picking dollar signs. We're siding with Pfizer. We're siding with these million-dollar corporations that are pretty much literally having the federal government just come down on some of these businesses. And especially in the airline industry, the reason why people are so heartbroken, yes, they're losing their jobs, but they have such a connection. Some of these people describe their jobs as being family members. These people work for hours back and forth on the planes. Like this, some people, like you heard the lady in the interview, she worked through 9/11, bro. This is like some serious stuff, these people's careers. And just for these airline industries, just to say, you know what, bye, we're going to side with the federal government and this vax mandate, sorry, not sorry, go find another job. To me, that's immoral. That's a disgrace, because I always hear from these radical leftists that we're all like anti-authoritarianism and Donald Trump's going to be Hitler and fascism is here. Anytime you talk to these people, they're the ones that are pro-mandate now. And their excuse is always the same. Nobody's showing up to your house and forcing you to get a jab. But when you're threatening somebody's livelihood, bro, that is literally abuse. That is an abuser threatening an abused individual, saying you cannot survive without me unless you do what I tell you to do. Especially when it comes to injecting something into your body. Where's Antifa? It's total medical fascism. Pfizer, literally big pharma, these giant corporations standing arm in arm with the federal government, imposing these authoritarian policies upon people, making its way into the private sector. Where's Antifa now? Oh, they're a bunch of LARPers and they're not real. They're just paramilitary organizations used by the Democrat Party whenever they need something done, whenever they need an agenda to be amplified in the media. But it's sad when you talk to these people, man. They're losing their livelihoods, and it is a total disgrace. And it's sad, man. We need to support these people. We need to get behind these people. These people need a voice. This is why I go out there and I talk to them, because I hate to cover this stuff because it's so heartbreaking to see people crying in the middle of an interview because they're losing their job, they're losing their livelihood, but this needs to be reported. It's not easy to do, so thank you guys for your support. Like I said, if you support what I do, drop a super chat or donate directly to my website. We need you guys. Support this show. Thank you guys very much, but we're going to continue. So, a day later, I was talking to people on the ground. People were very emotional. Their careers are being thrown down the drain. And then this article was put up. It seems that Southwest responded. Now, I have something to say about this, and I probably should have played the clip, but I'm just going to report this here on my show. So let's get this up. Southwest responded, but I have something to say about this because it's not totally accurate. Southwest, this was a day later after the protest, Southwest drops plan to put unvaccinated staff on unpaid leave starting in December. They're not removing the mandate. It's not being removed. Southwest scrapped a plan to put unvaccinated workers with pending exemptions on unpaid leave after December 8th deadline. So if there are people without exemptions, they're getting thrown by the wayside. I don't know if this is just PR. I don't know if this is just to appease people that aren't paying attention. But they're not getting rid of the mandate. This might just be something they put out, their media team, just to say, hey, let's put this out to make it look like we're going to back down so these protests stop. These people do this kind of stuff. Southwest Airlines has scrapped a plan to put unvaccinated employees who have applied for but haven't received a religious or medical exemption on unpaid leave as of a federal deadline in December. Let me read that one more time. Southwest Airlines has scrapped a plan to put unvaccinated employees who have applied for but haven't received a religious or medical exemption on unpaid leave as of a federal deadline in December. Southwest Airlines and American Airlines are among the carriers that are federal contractors and subject to a Biden administration requirement that their employees are vaccinated against COVID-19 by December 8th, unless they are exempt for medical or religious reasons. Rules for federal contractors are stricter than those expected from the Biden administration for large companies. Oh, would you look at that? Which will allow for regular COVID testing as an alternative to a vaccination. And we'll end it right there. So what's interesting about this, and I wanted to point out here, is they haven't taken away the mandate entirely. So don't let these people deceive you. Yes, the protesting, I believe, is working. I think the airline employees are making their voices heard. But this looks like it's only for those that are medically or religiously exempt. Is that everybody in the airline industry? Probably not. And you say, Drew, how do you know that? Because I talked to people on Monday, and these airline employees are telling me to my face that their medical and their religious exemptions are being rejected by Southwest. So when I see Southwest come out and say, oh, we're going to cancel the deadline for those that are medically, well, they're not even accepting them. Oh, it's just for those pending. So why don't you just take away the mandate entirely? Because if we're going to get a W here, guys, I'm not satisfied. This is progress. I know you guys have been seeing this headline everywhere, but I mean, I've been talking to these people. This is progress for Southwest to come out and say, oh, we're going to push they're basically saying we're going to push the deadline back. They didn't say we're completely canceling this and there's no more vaccination requirements. Once Southwest comes out and says we are not going to require any of our employees, okay? Once Southwest comes out and says we are not going to have any mandates upon our employees, whether religiously, medically, brown, black, white, we don't care. We are not doing this. We will not comply. Once Southwest comes out and says that, then I will say mission accomplished. They haven't done that yet. Is this progress? Yes. But there needs to be more. There needs to be more protests. There needs to be more direct action. We can't stop because this is how these people work. They make it look like they'll just give you a little. Oh, we're going to waive the deadline for those that are religiously exempt or have pending religious exemptions. They're not going to be put on unpaid leave. They'll be put on paid leave. How long is that going to last? They need to say no to the federal government. They need to say no vax mandate. no vax mandate. That's what Southwest needs to say. And they're not saying no to the federal government. Why? Because it's all about the Benjamins. They are putting millions, possibly billions of dollars of federally contracted money over the lives of some of their employees that have been loyal to them for decades. And that is the disgrace here. So I don't want to hear these people. I don't want to hear Southwest come out and say, oh, well, we just, we pushed back the deadline for those that are religiously exempt. Yeah, fine, we'll leave it at. But what about those that aren't religious? What about those that don't have a medical exemption? Do they have to lie against their own conscience? There should be no mandate. There shouldn't even have to be an option of being medically exempt. There shouldn't even have to be an option for being religiously exempt. And you might say, Drew, but what about other requirements they have? Well, this is, I'll just leave it at here because I'm on YouTube. I talk to medical healthcare professionals, doctors that tell us the same thing. The jab's a little too new for us. I'll leave it at that because I got to be very careful with what I say here on YouTube. So we'll see where this goes. I hope that Southwest does the right thing. I hope that they side with their employees. Some of these people describe their job environments as families. Some of them have been with Southwest for over 40 years. Tears in their eyes. But Southwest and these companies are siding with the federal government, big pharma. Millions of dollars over a stupid jab. People should be able to make their own decisions. And even if you are jabbed, are the face masks going to be enough on an airplane at this point? None of it makes sense. Why? Because it's all about money. It's all about money. And that's what the disgrace is here. And I don't think a lot of people understand that. But yes, guys, tonight's going to be a bit of a short show. I had a lot of stuff to do tonight. So let's do some super chats before I leave, guys. So if you guys would like to support my work, drop a super chat right now. You guys can ask a question. Doesn't have to be about Southwest. Could be about media, culture, politics, religion, Christianity, you name it. Ask me anything, guys. This is where I like to interact with my audience. So if you guys would like to support me, drop a super chat right now. We'll do some super chat Q&As. Or some people, if you're new to the show tonight, because I know I've probably had a few hundred subscribers because I was with Elijah Schaefer on You Are Here and his show Slightly Offensive. So I saw we had a bit of traffic come in. So what we also do, guys, if you'd like to support my show, is you can drop a one-time donation through Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal. The link is in the description. And through those apps, you can write a little memo and I'll read it like a super chat live right now on air, or support me monthly, the Drew DH Alliance, for as low as $5 a month, the membership section on this channel, guys. Let's do some super chats. Thank you guys very much. I think we have a few here, right? So yeah, sorry, tonight's a little bit of a short show because we got some stuff going on and we just wanted to get this going, get this report out before it became kind of irrelevant. But it's always going to be irrelevant because people are losing their jobs, man. All right, we have a super sticker from Letty Chadez. The $10 super sticker says, good luck. Good luck. Thank you so much, Letty, for the support. Thank you for supporting Real News. Thank you for supporting my efforts. We're extremely deboosted on this channel. There are people even in the comments saying, dude, I know there's people with hundreds of thousands of subscribers that are really having a hard time on the app. And people say, well, go to Rumble. Well, to actually go live on Rumble, I think I'd have to pay somewhere around like $100 a month when you look at some of the big, because you got to pay for storage. So if there's anybody out there that would like to support me $100 a month, I'll go live on Rumble because my YouTube channel is destroyed at this point. But thank you guys for the support. We have another super chat from Cold Haterade, a $5 super chat. We salute you. Cold Haterade says, anyone who's pro-mandate or pro-cancel culture is pro-murder. If they were legally permitted, they'd come after us like slasher movie villains. Yeah, you know what? You're right, man. You know, the Bible wasn't lying when it said, like, when you're, like, filled with anger in your heart that you might as well murder somebody and murder your brothers, because these people are filled with hatred. I was talking about this with Zuby on Slightly Offensive yesterday, and it's like you see these people, like this medical freaking COVID cult, You see these people with their masks and their rituals and their high priest, Dr. Fauci. He could say one thing today and something opposite the next day, and nobody questions it. They have all their rituals when it has to do with their masks in the public, and there's a whole psyche to this now. And what's interesting is it's either people are filled with extreme fear in this COVID cult, or they're filled with extreme, like, anger and indignation and just this God complex where they just feel superior. There's this superiority. This is like, for all the nobodies, this is the greatest time for all of the nobodies and probably in human history to finally feel like they're superior. Oh, because Dr. Fauci said this, so I could walk up into a restaurant and just literally cause a scene and be a Karen and blow up on anybody who's not wearing a mask or who's unvaccinated. But I think you're right, Cold Haterade. If it was legal, I think these people would be willing to kill people because it's all about preventing the spread. It's all about preventing the spread. It's funny how even being unmasked makes you unclean now. It's crazy. It's really crazy. And it's sad. These people are psychopaths, sociopaths. It's literally a religion. The left is creating this religious mindset where there's a doctrine, a way to think, a way to speak. There's violations. That's where the cancel culture comes in, right? There's a right way, there's a wrong way, and there's a consequence to going against our way. It's this real weird religious system. You say the wrong pronouns, you say the wrong thing. The climate change culture, if you live the wrong way, your carbon footprint is too big. Canceled. And the list goes on. And now with the COVID cult, it's even worse. It's even worse with the double masking, the triple masking. And it doesn't matter if you're vaxxed anymore, but you still got to get 5 booster shots. And it never ends. Science is being rewritten. Science is being like literally they're taking science and they're making it their own. They're making their own version of what science truly is. That's pretty authoritarian, man. I don't know about you, but that's serious insanity. Serious insanity. Okay, well, I think we got a couple more super chats. Thank you guys for the support, man. I truly appreciate it because, I mean, it sucks. I wish I could monetize like a normal person with over 55,000 subscribers, but YouTube hates me. And you could only imagine why. We have another super chat from Damazy626, a $10 super chat and a $2 super chat. We salute you. Thank you, my brother. And thank you for those that tuned in on Blaze TV with Elijah Schaefer and Sydney Watson, my appearance on You Are Here. Damazy, I saw you, bro. I saw your comment. Thank you so much, man. And thank you for those that watched Slightly Offensive that dropped my episode with Zuby and obviously Elijah today on the Slightly Offensive YouTube channel. You can find that in the community section on this channel. Make sure to go watch it after this. But thank you guys that all came out to watch me. I truly appreciate it. We have another super chat from Damazy626. He says, "Hey Drew, it's me again. Our group keeps getting smaller. At my job first, there was 3 of us who wouldn't get the backs. Now I'm the only one because the other 2 gave in. It's sad. People prefer money over body." And Damazy also says, "Where's Bernie Sanders speaking up for workers? He is a fraud." Of course he is. Bernie Sanders has always been a fraud. But to go to your first super chat, Damazy, it's true. A lot of people are going to bend the knee. Because when you threaten people's livelihood, that is when you're seriously going to be able to control them. It's control. It's literal the ability to have control through fear. They are scaring the hell out of people, okay? They're scaring them by threatening their livelihood. You're not going to be able to survive. Hey, if you don't get the jab, you're not going to be able to work. And if you're not able to work, well, what does that mean? You're not going to be able to pay rent. You're not going to be able to have groceries. Your family's not going to be able to survive, and you're probably going to die. You see how you can control somebody through fear like that when you grab a hold of their bank account and you begin to shift them. It's like a rudder on a boat, right? Through that fear, you can cause them to go in any direction that you desire. If you can control someone with their livelihood. And that's where we are right now. A lot of people are living in fear, while on the polar opposite, there are a lot of people that have like serious narcissistic control issues that are just loving the ability, feeling superior to those that don't want to be vaxxed. Coming down anybody that's not wearing a mask in public. But it's sad, man. Hold the line, stand your ground. I support anybody. Listen, I support people who don't want the jab just as much as people who do want the jab. Why? Because this is about the freedom of choice of what you are putting into your body. I support you. And I would hope others would have the same view, because this is about freedom. And you always hear the leftists, the same leftists that were warning us of the evil Donald Trump fascism, Nazi 2.0, Fourth Reich regime. The same people are the same ones that come out and say, well, nobody's forcing you. They're threatening your livelihood. My God. Lord, help us. There is no excuse. Don't be afraid. Be bold. Stand up. Say something. That is the American spirit. The American spirit is boldness, literally standing in the face of tyranny. That is how this country was founded. Standing up for themselves, getting away from tyranny, and then facing it when it tried to come back for them. Hold the line. Hold the line. Alrighty, we have another super chat. And yes, Bernie Sanders, Damas, you're absolutely right. Bernie Sanders is a fraud. How do we know he was a fraud, bro? We saw the Democrat Party screw that guy twice in 2016. The establishment shut him down, screwed him. Same thing in 2020. He was up there leading in the polls. How the hell does Joe Biden end up the nominee? You want to know why? Because Bernie Sanders is too much of a populist in the eyes of the left and the Democrat Party. That's why he was so popular. And they can't have that. They need someone controllable. Bernie Sanders is a fraud, and he was willing to bow the knee. He claimed he was for the people, democracy, this and that. But when the establishment said, hey, now's not your time, we got to go with Biden, what did he do? He complied. Because these people are frauds. They don't really care about you. They don't care about anybody other than themselves and their bank accounts and the power that they wield. That's why they're so desperate. We need term limits. Don't you guys think? Don't you guys think we need to go back to the old days of the old Roman Republic? Not the Roman Empire. Remember the Roman Republic? What are they called? Consuls? The consuls were only allowed to rule for how long? About 1 year. 1 year. 1 or 2 years. Term limits. And that would be the end. They'd have to be replaced with somebody else. And it was constantly supposed to be moving and moving and moving. That's how the old Republic, Roman Republic days were actually functioning. We need to go back to something like that. Because some of these politicians like Nancy Pelosi, they've been in there for too damn long. They got way too much time. They've got way too much money. And this is where it eventually goes. Happens in the Republican Party too. Don't get it twisted. The establishment needs to be removed. Alrighty, I think we have some more super chats. Give me 1 second, guys. Thank you guys so much for the support. I appreciate it. We have another $5 super chat from Damazy626. He also says, I have 2 friends who work for Kaiser, and both of them got denied the religious exemption without explanation. It's obvious this is a scam. It happens a lot. You got to understand, man. People need to understand there should be no exemption. There should be no exemption. You talk to medical healthcare professionals, like Damazy is saying, people that work for freaking Kaiser that are coming out and saying, I don't know, this jab is a little too new for us. Let's give it some time. No, you do it now or you can't work. Okay, well, I'm a believer in Jesus. I go to church. Here's my religious exemption. Rejected. Why? You really think that an authoritarian regime that praises itself by not only, listen, the Democrat Party and the radical left is at a place right now where they not only reject the existence of God, but they willfully praise the blaspheme of God. It's one thing to just come out and say, you know what? And I've met some conservative atheists. A lot of them follow me, which is cool, which is fine. I love you guys. I hope you would believe, but I talked to some conservative atheists and like, hey, like, yeah, like you believe in Jesus, that's fine. You believe in God, like I just don't. Okay. You know what I mean? And there's no disrespect between us. There's no like hostility between us. It's like we could still have a mature conversation about faith and life and politics and have that, right? But it gets interesting when someone moves from disbelief, right, to this like total blaspheme, right? It's like one thing if you just don't believe in something, but if you don't believe in it, then what drives you to blaspheme it and ridicule something that you claim isn't real? It doesn't make sense. That takes it to a whole nother level. So the point I'm trying to make you guys is what makes us think that people that behold these ideologies coming from the radical left, these airline companies, these medical healthcare industries that are bowing the knee to a radical left totalitarian regime, what makes us think that they are going to receive our medical or receive our religious exemptions? Why would they? They don't believe this stuff is real, so of course they're going to reject it. This is why I say no exemptions. There should be no mandate. No mandate. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. Alrighty, we got another super chat here from Adrian Sanchez, a $5 super chat. We salute you. Adrian Sanchez says, "Hey Drew, my son Andres would like to share this. It's a YouTube link on comedian Jeff Dunham making fun of Biden's mask mandate. God bless." Hey, what's up, Andres? Thank you for tuning in, guys. Thank you for tuning in, Adrian. I'm so glad you guys are watching. I will probably check this out later tonight when I have some time. I'm always up for comedy, man. I just love comedy. Like, I don't care. I don't care, like, if it's making fun of minorities, if it's making fun of white people, if it's making fun of conservatives, Republicans. I don't care if it's making fun of Trump. I don't care if it's making fun of... I just want to laugh. Don't you? I just, that's what comedy is. It's supposed to make me laugh. I don't care. As long as it's funny, I could sit there and watch it. Why? Because it's entertainment. But thank you, Andres. Shout out to Andres for sharing this link. I always like tuning in to comedy specials or bits or skits. Thank you, Adrian. I appreciate it, man. Okay, we got a donation on PayPal. A $52 donation from Kun Lee. Like I said, guys, if you guys would also like to not use Super Chat, you can give a donation on PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App. The link is in the description, and you could also write a little memo, and I'll read it live on air. Or if you just want to donate because you want to help me out because this channel is so screwed, would appreciate it. Okay, thank you, Kun Lee, with the $50 donation on PayPal. Truly appreciate it. I don't see a message on there, so thank you so much for the support, guys. It means a lot to me, more than you guys know. We definitely need your support just like this. So shout out to Kun Lee. Everybody say thank you to Kun Lee for supporting me. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I don't know if it's Kun or Kun. I don't know. But thank you so much. I truly appreciate the support. God knows we need it, guys. So thank you so much. Alrighty, guys. Let me see if we have any more super chats before I let you guys go. I know tonight was a short episode, but we got a lot going on, and I'm doing my best to fit this into my schedule to keep you guys updated. I truly appreciate it. But like I said, man, we are living in some serious times. These are serious times, man. People are losing their livelihoods. It's a disgrace. The American spirit is not forced mandates. The American spirit is not threatening somebody to comply, okay? The American spirit is not threatening somebody's livelihood, hanging it over their head in order for them to do what you want. That is not the American spirit. The American spirit is to stand up to that garbage, stand up to that tyranny, stand up to the authoritarians, stand up to those that want us to bow the knee. I was always raised that way. I've always been this way. I was never raised to bow the knee to a bully. Were you? So why do we bow the knee to these authoritarian psychopaths, sociopaths in the Republican Party, in the Democrat Party? They're in both. Why do we comply? I think because a lot of people, and some of you aren't. But I'm aware that a lot of people listen to me that don't think about these things as well. So I just want to leave you guys with this question tonight is, how did America get to a place to where we want to be so dependent on big government, so dependent on the powers that be, when the American spirit and the original patriotism was to be independent, was to be autonomous, was to build your own wealth in the United States of America, to have the American dream regardless of your skin color, to have that success in this country. And the American spirit always included resisting government tyranny. But here we are. Don't bow down. Hold the line. Resist. Because we give these authoritarian sociopaths an inch, they will take a mile, a light year on you. That's what people don't understand. All these lefties and people are saying, come on, man, just put the mask on. Just comply. Let's get it over with. Come on, let's do this. Let's just, who can, like, you're not getting it. People aren't getting it. That's what they want. It's not a conspiracy theory to believe that there are authoritarian governments, people in power that are power hungry, that want to control your lives. If that was a conspiracy theory, then why does it happen in North Korea? Why does it happen in Cuba? Why did it happen in Nazi Germany? Why did it happen in the Soviet Union? Why is it happening in Venezuela right now? If it's a conspiracy theory to believe that a tyrannical government could be installed in a society and ruin the lives of the people, if that's really a conspiracy theory, then why does it happen even now, well into the 21st century? Want to know why? Because it is real. And for people to believe that that cannot happen to the United States, you are not living in reality. The Romans thought they were invincible. They thought they could never fall. They got woke too. If you study Roman history, they got extremely woke. They started as a republic, they ended as an empire, and in the middle, their morality began to decay in the middle. They became obsessed with sex and homosex and all of this deranged sexualities and bestialities. And the men went from being masculine, the Romans being feared, the Roman army being feared because of the men and the masculinity that they had. And over time, you look at the sculptures and the art and you look at Roman art, the men become more feminized and limp-noodled, and they just look like women. And you read Romans chapter 1, that's exactly what it's talking about. That's why he's warning the people in that time that this has happened in human history before, and it's happening to you guys. Men burn with lust for each other, and women likewise, forsaking the use of a woman, the natural use. Homosexuality, lesbianism. What happens is societies like that get so obsessed with nonsense, gender, sex, obsessed with this stuff, being demasculinized, while the rest of the world. Have you guys studied Roman history? Rome's arch enemies, right? The barbarians, the Huns, right? They were surrounded. People wanted to destroy them, wanted to kill them. The Persians, right? The Persians wanted to destroy them on all fronts. They were constantly fighting these hyper-masculine societies that never stopped being hyper-masculine. Do you guys see the point here? Is even when a society, oh, we're so highly intellectual, we're so philosophical, we've conquered, so now we don't have to be like that anymore. We could just worry about homosexuals and how more feminine we should be. Maybe we shouldn't be so mean and this and that, while the rest of the world continues to hate you and plots your demise. That happened to Rome. That's happening to America right now. Literally right now. While we're obsessed with having freaking transsexual generals in the military, China's launching freaking nuclear missiles into orbit in space. Getting stronger by the minute. Anyone that believes that America is invincible is a fool. Because there's a world out there that hates every single one of you. You guys understand that, right? You think, to all the leftists, like Black Lives Matter and Antifa and all these kids that are obsessed with gender and race and all this nonsense, There's a world out there that hates you. Okay, Iran is out there plotting your demise, chanting death to America. They don't give a damn about your race. They don't give a damn about your gender. All they care about is that you have a citizenship of American. And that's what they want to wipe out. You see that in Iran. Russia has been plotting. North Korea is constantly making threats to the United States. China is dominating right now, is on the way to pass up the United States in many ways. There are countries out there that have been plotting our demise for decades. Decades. And people that just deny that are not living in reality. It's interesting, isn't it? It's interesting how 9/11 brought a lot of people together, Republicans and Democrats. It's sad that's what it takes. But I do fear that's where America is heading. I think America, I'm going to leave it here, guys. America is either going to wake up one of three ways. There's going to be some kind of mass revival. There's going to be a resurgence of real Christianity. People are going to be born again and come back to the gospel, come back to their first love, and the Lord will heal the land. It's one way. That's one scenario that I hope. Or another way is some kind of natural disaster on a grand scale in the United States of America that puts us on a blackout, destroys the infrastructure, destroys everything that we have as people to survive, dies from within, no longer becomes a superpower, gets disabled quickly. Or some kind of foreign attack, could be from China, who knows? Could be from some foreign country. I don't know. Would that get America to finally wake the hell up? Who knows? Who knows? But thank you guys for tuning in tonight. I truly appreciate it. Thank you guys for all the super chats. Thank you guys for supporting me. If you're watching the rebroadcast of this show, please consider supporting us with a one-time donation. The link is in the description below. Also, subscribe to the channel right now. Share this video far and wide. Hey, listen, if you subscribe to my channel from You Are Here or Slightly Offensive, hit the bell notification and toggle on the all selection, because I go live at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I go live 1 hour right before You Are Here. So right before You Are Here. So once you're done watching me, you can go right into watching Elijah and Sydney Watson. So thank you guys for tuning in. And like I said, share this video far and wide wherever you social media. Follow me on all my socials. The link is in the description below. Thank you guys so much. I truly, truly do appreciate it, guys. And I will see you guys tomorrow at the same time, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That is 6 p.m. Eastern Standard. Thank you guys so much. Love ya. Until next time, America, stay free.